All righty, folks. All rough reinspection. We failed. It's just, there's so many things to look at. We always fail the first one. One of the ones we had to replace a home run. A home run is going from the breaker box all the way to the end location. That's a home run. We had to replace this 220 volt because it was frayed. So it went in the trash. Bummer is this stuff is not cheap these days per foot. Another thing I had to call electricians back for is moving the vanity light wires. And now this was, every job I hang these up. It was behind that insulation there. I just pulled this out for demonstration purposes. So where's we want that vanity light to be centered on at the end? Over the drain, right? Well, the sink's not here now. But so I had to call electricians back to do this because what do we got here? Let's find where the drain is going to be. 36, half of that is what, 18? Plus there's going to be a 1-inch filler on the cabinet. That brings us to how many inches? 19. But stay with me, class. What else has to be accounted for? Because this is just where the cabinets are going to be. That's right. Drywall's a 1/2 inch thick. That's not accounted for on here. So we needed 19 and a half. So what happened was we have multiple electrician crews. And even though I speak with all of them, sometimes things don't end up the way I wish. So this is now correct for how I like it. But what they did was initially they had a little staple way up there and had the wire pushed out into the room on both sides. And bath 2 was also the same way. I said, no, guys got to come back. That's it. So now granted, they work for all these different superintendents. And I have the ways I want stuff done. Other guys, the way they want it done. How I want it done is this. Let me tell you why. Let's talk worst case scenario we had stubbed out over there. This is worst case. I'm going to go over right now. Is when the electrician comes to trim out, the sink will be there. And so he will cut the drywall, move the box, right chairs. Then here comes drywall guy. The light bulb, the fixture is on the wall. He is not going to take it off and put it down because he just bought it. If he takes that off, it's his now. All right, and then he does it. So he's going to take that light fixture and turn it sideways so he can repair that drywall. I don't want my drywall guy touching fixtures because the globes that are over the light bulbs are not this thick of glass like, say, peanut butter jar. And we have an opportunity when we twist that thing up, we just broke a damn globe. Hell's bells. Well, that's a week to 10 days to get that thing back. And let's go worst case scenario, because now after drywall guy comes up, we're going to have a mirror there. And what if we have a very sloppy painter? What if? And he dips too much paint on the brush, and he goes up there, and it runs the back of the mirror. Uh-oh, we just desilvered the back of the mirror. Now we got to throw this mirror in the trash and get a new one. And now I got to get a globe. That'll look fine in the end. But what a pain in the neck that is. And so another thing we do, now the trim electricians love coming to trim my houses because all the outlets are marked. We only average maybe one cover-up, a drywall, covering up anything. They love that. They're here to put the trim on there. They're not here to hunt. They don't want to hunt for all the outlets. They know they put them there. So this makes it nice for the electricians. They come in, their stuff's right there, good to go. So there's the vanity. Now that wire was stubbed to the stud to the right. So we only would have had to move it about 3 inches. But then why repair drywall when you don't have to? Put the fixture right where we need it using the cabinet drawings. Another thing that my gas guy and electricians love is I use the cabinet drawings and I mark the center line of where the range is going to be using the cabinet drawings that I have. In this case, it's 61.5 inches from there, but adding a 1/2 inch of drywall, 62 inches. And so here's, let's say, worst case scenario. We don't use the cabinet drawings, and they try to scale off the blueprints. The blueprints is not representative of what the actual cabinet measure is going to be. So let's talk worst case scenario. It's over that way. The electric and the gas and that outlet are over this way. Okay? Uh-oh, here comes cabinet guy. He puts it, it's going to be behind the cabinet. So now what do we got to do? We got to take that cabinet, put it off to the side over there. Now we got to call gas guy. We got to call electrician to cut open this drywall and move it from there to over here. Now we got to repair the drywall. Now we got to paint it. Now we got to call cabinet guy to come back, because now we just held up countertop install. Boom. That means we held up the plumber, because the plumber can't do the sink without the countertops on there. So we won't be moving any of this because we know where it's going to be. So I got a couple customer walks today. It's going to eat up a lot, but I got here at dark 30 again. I moved my alarm clock earlier by 45 minutes this week, and I'm going to run it like that for a bit more. I just got to get in here earlier with all these closings to go on, because I still got to walk units just like this one and make sure things are done right. Have a good Friday.